Living in China and in Xi'an, I often wondered what kind of restaurants they would have in a place like this, and funny enough, strangely, they had a French fine dining restaurant which has brought me here to Zhejiang, to a restaurant called Lotus. And just browsing through the menu, I've discovered that they've got a really nice range of different French dishes. And what I always do when I venture into a menu and just pour through it, I always find myself heading straight towards the dessert pages, and I work my way back. And I can see that they have the very classic French tart, which they call tarte au citron, which is then a sophisticated lemon tart with a thin crisp pastry base and a nice creamy lemon filling. My inspiration has come from here, and I'm going to make a really nice, quick and easy lemon tart, my version, which you can make at home. It's a diddle to make and no time at all. To make the biscuit base, simply blitz the biscuits in a food processor. Add a teaspoon of ground ginger. Use your fingers to dibble the ingredients together until it's nicely combined. Trickle over about 75 grams of melted butter and mix this until it resembles damp sea sand. Press this evenly on the base of the pie dish and then set it in a fridge for about 20 to 25 minutes. The biscuit base has had 20 minutes setting time in the fridge, and now it's time for me to make the filling. The filling is really easy. Park this over here. I need a bowl for that, and some condensed milk. Now, condensed milk is the base of most cheesecakes and most fridge tarts. This stuff, what I like to do is to boil it in the can, obviously lid removed and label removed. Boil it in a bit of water for about 3 to 4 hours, and you end up with the most dense, thick, palate-cleaving caramel. It's amazing. Condensed milk is also very good in what I've recently had, a Vietnamese coffee. Cold coffee, sweet, thick, creamy condensed milk. Heaven. So, open the can of condensed milk. I remember as a child eating this stuff straight out the can, and what was even nicer was when it used to sit in the fridge and used to become so thick and almost chewable. Try and get all of it out, and I know it's tempting to put your tongue in there, but please don't, because you could risk something very tragic by slicing it open, and then you will not be able to enjoy the tart at all. I can't help myself, I have to. So good. Time to zest. So over here I have some lemons, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the skin, the rind they call it, off the lemon. Be careful not to grate too deep, because what you'll end up with is that bitter white pith which lies just a little bit below the skin of the lemon. So take the lemon and gently rasp. You need about the zest of about 3 to 4 lemons and the juice of about 4. We're working with about a teaspoon of lemon zest just to go in the filling, and then the balance of the lemon zest to sprinkle on top of the tart once it's set. So another one, let's go. As you can see, I'm rotating the lemon as I'm zesting so that it gives a nice even sort of grate, that I'm not getting that white pith. Ah, that smells like a summer in Italy. Brings back fond memories. Pick up half of the lemon zest and transfer it to the bowl. And now what we're going to do is we're going to juice the lemons. Just move the zest to the one side and let's start cutting. You'd need about 3 or 4 lemons for this. Depends on the size of the lemon as well. The total measurement here is 180 milliliters of lemon juice. Be careful of the seeds of the lemon, you don't want any pips in there. So the best way to do that is to use your hands as a cradle or as a strainer. Cup your hands and squeeze into a measuring cup and allow the juice to trickle through your fingers, catching the pips. If you get a pip or two inside, it's okay, you can just fish that out later with a teaspoon. Try not to get lemon juice in your eyes because that will be quite painful. Good disinfectant, but will be a little bit sore. This is so therapeutic. It's almost feels like it's a bit biblical washing my hands with lemon. There we go, getting all that juice out. If you find a lemon that may be a bit underripe, all you can do is pop it into a microwave for about 30 seconds, which it starts warming the juices of the lemon and softens it slightly, and then it will allow for easier squeezing. As you can see, I've collected quite a few of the pips over here. I'll keep going. What I'm going to do now is tip the lemon juice that I've squeezed into the bowl over the condensed milk and then give it a gentle stir with a whisk. The lemon juice is going to set this really perfectly, so there's no egg whites necessary here, nor is there gelatin. And this also makes it, I'd say, not vegan friendly, but vegetarian friendly. Stir, and as you can see, it is delicious and thick. Again, don't be tempted to lick it. Now for the cream. I need about 280 milliliters of cream here, so that's just over a cup plus about 3 tablespoons or 4 tablespoons. And this is going to make it really rich and luxurious. But be careful not to put too much cream in it, otherwise it's not going to set properly. The cream here can be whipped until soft peaks and folded in, but it's okay if you just pour it. It makes it really nice and light, and it's just as great whipped or poured in. Park the bowl here and scoop the mixture over the set biscuit base and smooth it out gently, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to let that set in the fridge for about 2 to 3 hours, and then we can crown it with strawberries and lastly the lemon zest. So smooth the cream out, and as you can see it's already starting to set. And if you don't want to make this dessert in a pie dish as what I've done here, you can make this in smaller glasses. Crush the biscuits and put them in the base of your glasses, and then make your filling as I've just done and pour the filling on top, and then you can even reserve some of the biscuit crumbs and sprinkle them on top to give it a nice different texture. Delicious. Right, this is ready and about to go into the fridge. Oh, can't control myself. To the fridge. I've got a bowl of strawberries here, and these are going to serve as the crown for my tart. Again, keeping with summer and what's seasonal, strawberries are booming here. And what I'm doing is I'm just slicing them in half and keeping their little calyxes on, which add color and are really beautiful when they crown the top of the tart. Nice for a dinner party, nice dessert to wheel out and impress your guests. The tart has had enough time to set, and as you can see, it's beautifully set. And now all I need to do is crown it with these strawberries which I halved earlier. So what I'm going to do here is just arrange it in a form where they overlap each other ever so slightly and create like a wreath effect. Lastly, crown it with the lemon zest. Allow it to fall naturally and gracefully. It's like edible confetti. So beautiful. The colors here, red and yellow. True summer. And there you have a beautiful lemon tart. All it requires now is for me to slice it, bite it, and that's in its favor. Slice a generous piece. I mean, this is for me. And very carefully lift the sliced tart out and onto the plate. That. So good. And now apply to face. Yum.